Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. After Asanga Shastrena Drudena Chitva, after this is done, thereafter, tataha padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prapadde yata pravrutti prasruta purani. Tataha, thereafter. So what is the first step on the spiritual path? That is what I have been emphasizing again and again. We have to be very clear. Whatever you are doing, it must lead ultimately to freedom from body identification. Now the question comes, what is the meaning of freedom from body identification? We have understood how to achieve it. You also told that committing suicide is not freedom from body identification. Yes. Seeking a long life is also not freedom from body identification. So क्या करे? So there is a simple rule. The rule is, from the symptoms we reach the cause. From the effects we reach the cause. Like we see a child. Now after seeing the child, what is the first question? Hey, whose son you are? So he is an effect. The cause is required. Then he says, Papa, you have forgotten me. See? So, what are the symptoms of body disidentification? From here, the real involvement on the spiritual path begins. Then a seeker is born. So we are told, till such time we are identified with the body, what will happen will be, we cannot get rid of the virus of desires. We will have one or the other desire popping up in our mind. You cannot stop that. Desires will be there. Desires will be of two kinds. One, desires about the possessions, and desires for the relations. See? All the parents, they want to live their childhood through their children. When we were children, we did not have so many shoes. We used to go without shoes to the school. Therefore, now I have opened a shoe shop for my son. So what we are trying to do? We are trying to relive our childhood through the child. So, desires fall in these two areas. One, desires about the possessions, and second is desire about the relations. So possessions we want and relations we create. And when this happens, only when we are identified with the body. In our disidentified state, as in dream or as in deep sleep, because we are not identified with the body, these two problems are not there. Problems of possessions and problems of relations. If this is clear, then what will be the practice of Asanga Shastrena Drudena Chitva? Practice will be, we will keep ourselves occupied only in the bare minimum. Dharma aviruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bhartarshava. Bhagavan says, I am that desire which is not contrary to the dharma. So what is our dharma? Dharma of the body. If you are hungry, taking food is a natural desire. So fulfill that desire is not a sin. But instead of eating the food to fulfill the desire, then we have got so many things. This way, that way, this way, that way, and there is no end to it. Then we become a slave to that. Such a person who is thus identified with the body, he cannot think beyond the body. So, asanga shastrena dvidena chitva means now enough of these worldly possessions and relations. It is for this purpose, in our scriptures, we are told about the Vanaprasthashram. Vanaprasthashram means Vana Prasthana. You are to go to the forest ultimately. For what? For sannyas. Then when you go to the forest, what is the preparation? Number one, you are not dependent on your wife or your husband. Not dependent. So Vanaprasthashram means we stop taking service from anybody. We stop spending time only fulfilling the desires. And thus, we are slowly withdrawing from body identification. That doesn't mean we lead a disgusted life. Ab kya marna hi hai, chodo. No. See, if we have that kind of thing, then we are going the wrong way. Don't think of death. If you have to think of living. See? What happens after death? This is a common question we come across. So what can I reply? What happens after death? When you are alive, nothing has happened. Now tell me, we are all alive. What has happened to the world or to us? Nothing. Nothing happened to the world, nothing happened to us. मरने के बाद क्या होगा? अरे जिंदा है तो कुछ नहीं. When you are alive, nothing has happened. Why worry about death? If you are studying Gita, think about living, not dying. If you want to die, go to Bhagavad Mahapuran and learn how to die. But if you have to live, study Gita. So when we thus rise above body identification, net result is pressure of desire will not be the propelling force in our life. Now whatever we are doing under the pressure of desires. See. So desires will no more bother. And when we are no more or minimum affected by the desires, greed factor will automatically disappear from our life. These are the three areas where body identification is functional. In the language of Kundalini Yoga, Mooladhar, body identification. Swadhisthana, the pressure of desires. Manipur, greed. When we rise above the three lower chakras or these three principles, then we come to Anahata Chakra. When we come here, now we start working on the mind. So if we want to get freedom from body identification, we have to start working on our mind. Now how to work on the mind? This is what is said here. Tataha padam tat parimargitavyam. Now our mind is presently occupied dogwards. Now let it go Godwards. Same mind. That mind which is desiring about the worldly things, the same mind is perfectly okay to seek higher. There are not different minds. Mind is the same. So when our mind is preoccupied with the worldly things, how can it think of something higher? And therefore such people who are engaged in their upasana, what they are doing? They are engaging their mind via the God for getting the things of this world. So they will be doing all upasana. Oh Lord, let my daughter get married and I will do 21 Ekadashis. And on those Ekadashis I will not eat anything during day. At night I may. So our upasana is hardly any spiritual practice. It's only fulfilling the desires. Therefore, tataha tat padam parimargitavyam. Parimarganam means seeking, searching, inquiring. Parimargana. Tat padam, that padam. See, tat means, in the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, tat means that, tvam means you, asi means ye are. You are that. Now this word tat or sat, if we understand it properly, according to the Sanskrit subtleties, you get the answer very quickly. For example, what is Paramatma? Sat Chit Ananda. Then there is a suffix called as tva. Tva means ness. Good, goodness. Bad, badness. So it becomes a noun, adjective rather. So sat and sattva. So we say sattva guna. See? So antakaran is called as sattva, vishuddha sattva. A person who is having a pure mind. Now what is a pure mind? That mind where the truth or the self is fully expressing. That is sat, sattva. And when that sattva gets disturbed, it is called as the disturbed sattva wherein the mind is born. So sattva is a common mind for all of us. All of us have got the same function. Be very attentive. All of us have got common air, common element water, common element fire. They are not separate. Similarly, all of us have got common mind. So that mind is only one. That mind is called a sattva. And therefore, in that common mind sattva, there are no differences. Therefore, when anybody goes to sleep, then rajas is no more active. Therefore, in the deep sleep, there is no individuality, there is no desire, there is no body, and therefore, in the deep sleep, the total mind is functioning in the body, and the body is kept alive. All the functions continue without creation of somebody. That is the sattva, common mind. But when the common mind becomes identified with the body, immediately the thoughts start happening with reference to body. Now this is another very important principle. Suppose I am holding a phone or any object in my hand and I have to write something, some form in a public place like airport. So we don't want to leave our phone anywhere lest we forget. So what we do, we hold the phone also and take the pen also in the hand and try to write. What is the net result? Our writing is influenced by our hold on the object, is it not? Original writing will not come up. So, drop that object, then see your original handwriting will come. Exactly. The common mind is same for all of us. Therefore, digestion, metabolism, blood circulation, everything is going on. Common. The moment that mind gets identified with the body, immediately somebody is born, and thereafter all the thoughts will have the influence of the body identification. Therefore, I will think about me, my children, my house, my property, my country. See? Because it is in relation to this body. Understand these basic points. Therefore, tataha padam tat parimargitavyam. So, real seeker is born. Now he started working on the mind. Tat padam parimargitavyam. Now you find out. So, like Sat becomes Sattva, similarly, Tat becomes Tattva. Tat means it is both. It is an pronoun as well as a verb. Tanoti iti tat. That which can be expanded is called as tat. So one Paramatma alone expanded in the form of the whole world. He alone is everything. If you have seen the wire factories, then you will see they have got the thick rods of, let's say, copper, and then they start pulling at a particular strength, and slowly that wire, that rod becomes a thicker wire, then thinner wire, slowly it becomes like that. Tanoti. The same reality is everything. Therefore, tattva. And tattvam asi. That means you are that divine. Therefore, tataha padam tat parimargitavyam. Now, with what we should inquire, what instrument we have? The mind. Now, engage the mind in inquiry about the truth. But the mind it doesn't cooperate with ma. Whenever I sit for meditation, dirty thoughts come. Those who are complaining, they are not seekers. You find out your ways. Everything cannot be asked. We have to discover. The example I gave, a very simple thing, day to day. The other day I went to somebody's house for taking food, lunchtime. Small child, 1 year. He has hardly started walking, but he wants to walk. Hardly he can walk for 1 or 2 steps, he falls down. So that time it came into my mind, as I suppose this child gives up. See, everybody is walking, I can't walk, so I am not going to walk. He will never be able to walk in his life, but he never gives up. Exactly. Don't give up. Work on the mind. Then how to work on the mind? We must know the functioning of the mind. Then you can work on the mind. See? So, what is the functioning of the mind? When we come in our Anahat Chakra, now we started working on the mind. Now, how to work on the mind is taught in the Satsanga. And therefore, Satsangatve Nissangatvam, Nissangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nishchalatatvam, Nishchalatatve Jivan Mukti, Bhaja Govindam. We have this peculiar thing, all of us. Everything we have to learn, we know that. Whether it is how to make a cup of tea, or how to make chapati, or how to drive a car, everything we have to learn. But when it comes to thinking, what we have done from day one of our life to learn how to think? Nothing. Our understanding is because the thoughts come in our mind, we are thinkers. See, friends, we have to work. Then you go into the depth of the thought. How the thoughts are born. Friend, these things you don't get in books. When you work on yourself, then it start happening. Like if you go somewhere in the forest area or anywhere, if a thorn goes in your foot and you are not aware, you say, oh, something has, forget about it. You may forget, but the tissue where the thorn has gone will not forget. Then after some days or hours, it will start giving you pain. There will be inflammation. That area will become very tender and it will hurt. And then you go to the doctor. And what the doctor will tell, let me check. He said, oh, there is a foreign body in your tissue. So remove the foreign body. The moment the foreign body is removed, in due time, it will slowly subside. So what is an abscess or an inflamed area when foreign body has entered? Is it not? Apply the same principle. When a foreign body enters the mind, that inflamed mind is called as a thought. Now the gross object has entered the gross food, that you understand. Now how the world or what foreign body can enter the mind? And how it enters? The foreign body enters the mind in the form of importance or value that we give to somebody or something. See? As much we think about our people, that much we don't think about the world. Because we have given value to them. See, friends. So what will a spiritual practice? If you have given value, you have to devalue. Nobody can do it for you. See? One husband told his wife, see, look here, I don't like that quinine. It is so dirty and bitter. Oh God, I can't take it. Will you please take it on my behalf? That dumb fellow will take also. But your disease will not go. Exactly the same way. If we have given importance to something, that something creates inflammation of the mind. Inflamed mind is a disturbed mind. Now try to understand through few examples. You must have seen many places when satsang is going on, if somebody comes little late, you see that Babaji, how angry they become. And they look at their late cover in such a way that should have fry you or roast you. Isn't it? And that person gets so disgusted and miserable. Now, he has given importance to punctuality. Everybody should come on time. Whom you can control in this world? You cannot control anybody. And those who come late, they have got their own reasons. But we want punctuality and we become miserable. So if you want to be happy, what is to be done about punctuality? You be punctual and accept the world as it is. Over. See? Perfection. You be perfect. Accept the imperfect world as it is. But our problem is, we want others to be perfect. Where God has failed to perfect His own creation. Will you be successful in perfecting your children? They are your creation. And you are the God. But what is the difference between you and God? God is not frustrated. He knows, kya kare yaar, manufacturer's defect. Accept it. When thus you don't allow your mind to be disturbed because of anything or anybody, that is the spiritual practice. Then we are living in our anachaka. Now, by this practice, when you are thus remaining naturally cool, quiet, this is the purpose of upasana. Get up early morning, give bath to the Lord, give naivedya, food, chant, everything is right, should be done. But how do we know we are going in the right direction or not? The whole life we are going to do the same way? How do we know? This upasana must culminate in inquiry. So, karma is done for purification of the mind. Upasana is done for kindling the inquiry about the self. Tataha padam tat parimargitavyam. Now I want to know, who is this Krishna, Krishna, Krishna? All the time I am shouting. This is said in the 7th chapter by Bhagavan Krishna. Arto jidnyasu arthati jnani cha bharatarshava. 4 types of people seek me. And among them, tesham jnani nitya yuktaha. Among the 4, the jnani is ever in tune with me. He is one with me. What about the third 3? No, they are not bad. Udana sarva evaite jnani tu atmaiva mematam. So what Bhagavan is expecting through the upasana? This only. Instead of seeking God, allow Him to express through you. When you are seeking, you are searching Him away from you, other than you. When you allow Him to express through you, you have accepted He is imprisoned in our own foolishness. Allow Him to come out. And God's expression is only one way. You are happy and you are a source of happiness to everybody. Anandadeva kalvimani bhutani jayante anandena jatani jivanti. God did not create this world out of frustration. Kya karu yaar, chalo bachche paida karo. No. He did not create this world like that. Ananda, happiness. And what is happiness? Living at zero complaint level. See, accept the world as it is. Net result will be, your mind will be not occupied with the world. Such a mind now engage in tataha padam tat parimargitavyam. Tat padam. Now we are seeking that reality. Yasmin gata nanivartanti bhuya. Having attained which, there is no more again falling back to the same rut of life. Now here, most important thing. See, in scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, we get a word. Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Bhrashto Vijayate. Yoga Bhrashta means he was practicing yoga, but before reaching the destination, he died. Then, in the next life, he will be born in a good family and then he will continue his sadhana. But what Bhagavan tells here, Yasmin Gata na nivartandi bhuya. Having reached which, he doesn't have to be born again. See, friends. So what it could be? Be attentive. Whatever is at the level of matter needs repetition and practice. See, whatever is finite can be repeated again and again. The infinite neither can be repeated nor required to be practiced. For example, those who have learned swimming, we learn swimming only once in a lifetime, only once. And after learning that, you never forget swimming. What is the reason? Because we don't learn swimming by our eyes, or rather by our mind. See? There is no possibility of forgetting. What is learned by the mind can be forgotten. For example, suppose you have heard one chapter, 12th chapter of Gita, and then for 6 months you did not chant. And then when you start, you get so, Acha, Urdu Moola Madasha. Are yeah, this is not the 12th chapter. Then never mind, you imagine it is 12. But why don't you start 12? Forgotten. See, you do anything by the mind, it will be forgotten. Therefore, we have to go beyond the mind. And to go beyond the mind is drop the body shape of the mind. Then the individual mind is dissolved and the total mind alone remains. Be attentive. Individual mind functioning through my tongue, I have become a speaker. The same total mind, not in a total mind, the total mind of the body is functioning through the eyes, it has become the seer. The same mind as expressed through the hands, it has become a holder. See, until such time, the mind is identified with the different conditioning, it will appear to be many. But behind all the multiplicity of the expressions of the mind, there is one common mind. Exactly the same way. Behind all the minds, there is a common mind, and behind the common mind is what is called as the principle of life. And life is also common. Hunger, thirst, anger, old age, pain, everywhere the same. And thus we slowly start migrating from the finite and we go toward the infinite. Infinite is uncreated, unmodifying, undying. And therefore, if you are chanting Lord's name, you can repeat it. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Expose yourself to the silence. Silence cannot be repeated. And silence is absence of the sound. When you make absence as an object of knowledge, the mind dissolves. That which is present even in the absence is the truth. Is and is not falls in the purview of the mind. See? What is on my hand? Some object. Now I remove it. Now there is no object. So everything in this world we recognize in two ways. Is and is not. Everything. See? Now it is a day, not a night. Now we are in the mountains, not in the plains. Is not. Is this option available for us? I am or I am not. Is this option available? When I am not, this option is not available. Is it necessary to say that I am? then who am I? Beyond is and is not. Tataha padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha. And when we thus reach our essential nature, then the childhood has come and gone. I have neither come nor gone. The teenage has come and gone. I have neither come nor gone. The middle age has come and gone. I have neither come and gone. The old age come and will go. I am the same. Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya. This is the meaning. See, friends, nobody can do it for us. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadde, to that Adya Purush, to that beginningless self. Aham prapadde, I seek. Not the worldly things. See, when our mind thus becomes more and more self-oriented, many divine qualities, technically called as siddhis, they start surfacing on the mind. Like in the worldly things, achievements, name and fame and authority, these are the obstacles. These assets are the liabilities. Exactly the same way. In the inner journey, these siddhis are the obstacles. Then one gets lost only in the exhibition of the siddhis and trying to good to the whole world. There was a man, he prayed to the Lord. Lord appeared before him. Yes, what can I do? Oh Lord, I see in this world many people are dying because of cancer. I want to help them. I want to use every drop of my blood only for the welfare of these people. The devotee must be a bloody one. So Bhagavan said, Tathastu. Anybody who will take one drop of blood of yours, his cancer will be cancelled. Then, now he has got that siddhi. Do you think he'll keep quiet? Like those who learn homeopathy from books after retirement, they go from house to house. घर में सब ठीक ठाक है? Yes, uncle. कोई बीमार नहीं है? नहीं. No, they are worried. No, they fall ill. अरे कोई बीमार नहीं. So this new fellow, he got a siddhi, he started going. And everything is okay. Anybody having cancer in your house? No. No. My siddhi is waiting. And then he comes across a person with a cancer. He says, come here. Cancer, cancer. Pricks. Suck this. He says, go. Go to the doctor and check. The doctor checks. Hey, no cancer cells. Really, doctor? Yes. Do you think he will keep quiet? Immediately he'll go on Facebook. See? There is a bloody Mahatma because he's in blood. And he can cure the cancers. And next day, 10,000 people queue. He gets up in the morning and looks at them, my God, the whole blood will be drained up. Then he again goes to Lord, oh Lord, please take it away. I don't want that. See, friends. Therefore, tataha padam tat parimargitavyam, then tameva chadyam purusham prapadde, we only surrender to his will. No Mahatma does any good to anybody. Goodness happens through them. No flower gives fragrance to a passerby. Fragrance is their natural state. Whether somebody is benefited or not, they don't claim. See, I got such a great fragrance, but nobody is coming, it is going waste. No. And if somebody uses that, it's my fragrance, after all. No. See, friends, this is the meaning of Tameva cha adyam purusham prapadde. I surrender to him. Meaning, what is surrender to him? Be attentive. How the ornament will surrender to the gold? It is already a gold. Then why it has become ornament? Because of something special is added. When you call the gold as a gold, it is okay. But when you call gold as an ornament, then you have added some speciality. What are the specialties? 3 of them. One speciality, name. Second speciality, form. Third speciality, utility. Give up these 3 specialities, the ornament has surrendered to the gold. So, tameva chadyam purusham prapadde. Now, what will be the surrender to the Lord? Our small little iPod, iPad, iPhone will be surrendered at the feet of Samsung. Do you know the difference between these 2 phones? Those who are extremely egoistic, like Americans, there only this iPhone can function very violently. But those who are real devotees of Bhagavan Krishna, they take Sham Sang. They call it Samsung, but it is actually Sham Sang. Because Gujaratis cannot pronounce Sh. So the Sham Sang has become Samsung. See, friends, this I must be surrendered. Now, how the I is surrendered? 2 things happen in our mind. Number 1, there is no trace of arrogance. Number 2, there is no dent of guilt. A mind which is free from arrogance and guilt is the mind where the divinity expresses. The ornament from whom or from which name, form and utility has disappeared, gold is manifesting. One man went to the jeweler and said, I want to give my this wedding ring for one day. I require money. Tomorrow I'll return the money, please. So the jeweler is a Jnani Purush. So he took that wedding ring and he was trying to rub it on the this stone, what is called as shaligram. The moment he said, please don't do that. That is love between me and my wife. Please. He said, keep the love with you. I am seeing the gold. See, friends, we are all lost in names and forms. This is the meaning. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadde. Yataha pravrutti prasuta purani. From where the whole world is manifesting. Come back to yourself. Now, where is that fellow? It is I. If I is there, then my wife, my children, my function, my country, my everything. If I is not there, everything disappears. But the problem is I, we are not able to decipher. What do we mean by the word I? I am old, I am man, I am woman, I am rich, I am poor, I am American, I am not American, I am educated, illiterate. So many I's. Now, which I am? See, So tameva chadyam purusham prapadde yataha pravritti prasuta purani. So the real spiritual practice begins from seeking the source. And therefore, what is the real spiritual practice? Bhagavan Krishna gives 5 principles. Nirmana moha, number 1. Jitasanga dosha, 2. Adhyatma nitya, 3. Vinivritta kama, 4. Dvandvair vimukta, 5. Sukha dukkha sannyahi. And then 5 things happen. Gacchanti amudhaha. 1 is freed from the wrong notions. Gacchanti means attains. He is free from wrong notions. And then comes to discover Avyam Tat Padam. He comes to discover his essential nature. What we think we are walking spiritual path is unfortunately is only religious path or yoga or upasana. It has nothing to do with spirituality unless it is properly guided. So when we are following the path of dharma, religion or karma, for what? When we are doing the yoga, for what? When we are practicing upasana, for what? So the purpose of karma or dharma is purification of the mind. Mind is functioning under the influence of personal likes and dislikes. If we are able to function under the guidance of what is right and wrong, then our karma is successful. Then yoga. Yoga is not twisting the body, but disciplining the body and the mind. Our body and mind, both of them are not disciplined. When we want to think, the mind is not available. When we want to apply, it will revolt. The yoga is for self-discipline. And upasana is for a person that purified, disciplined mind is trained to be applied to the same cause for a longer period of time. Ekagrata, single pointedness. Then such a mind is engaged in inquiry. Kastvam koham kutamayataha kame janani kome tataha iti paribhavaya sarvam asaram vishvam tyaktva sapna vicharam bhaja govindam bhaja govindam. Now the inquiry begins. And for that, what is the real spiritual practice? Here Bhagavan Sri Krishna gives. First, nirmana moha. Mana means measurement. Like when you go to the McDonald's or a Starbucks, they ask you, coffee. What coffee? Tall, megaton, or a drum? Here they drink that coffee as if they want to take bath in that. So when we say 1 liter, now 1 liter is a measurement. It is not an object, is it not? When we say 1 kilometer or 1 mile, it is a measurement. You can't show this is 1 mile. No. When we say half an hour, it is a measurement of time. When we say distance, 10 kilometers, it is a measurement of space. So there are 3 measurements. Measurement of time, space and object. So these are the parameters that we use. When we fill in any form, first parameter, DOB, date of birth. Second parameter, size, height and width. Third parameter, weight, object. The time, space and object, with these 3 parameters, we have mana measured ourselves. I am the body. So whole life is spent only on these three parameters. I want to reduce my weight, I'm becoming too fat. One person asked me, I said, look here, don't do that. It is not good. You should not be thin. Bony people are miserable. Therefore, they are bony. Happy people, they cannot be, dehydrated because of the heat of the anger. They are all the way happy-go-lucky. Therefore, all the rough corners are rounded. And the importance of this, I tell you. Once I happened to go to attend a funeral. It was not my funeral. And there also people are expert in asking questions. One person asked me this question. Swamiji, how much time this will take to burn away? I said, yeah, I don't have experience. What can you reply? Anywhere, any question? He said, no, I can tell you. I said, did you have experience? No, I have been attending many funerals and my observation is, I said, tell about this fellow. He said, he will take about 3.5 to 4 hours. I said, okay, now how do you decide? He said, this fellow who was put on the pyre was very thin. Therefore, we require more wood and it takes more time. Then, those who are very fat and all that, they are eco deaths, eco friendly death. What is that? They have got built in fuel. So, when they are put on the pyre, their fat starts burning, it is oil only, nothing else. So, they burn quickly. So, maximum 1 hour. So, if you want peace after death, drop that idea of becoming a bony, become fat, and burn happily. Bhagavad Gita, Kinchita Dita. See, friends. So, Nirmana Moha. We have to have the first spiritual practice. We have to get freedom from body identification. Then we started. Na rupa masseha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na sampratishtha. On what ground we can say I am the body? See, we have to work on it again and again, a million times. Then thereafter start functioning, playing what it is like being other than the body. Then you have to work on it. What is the meaning of being other than the body? You'll come to a blind end. Don't give up. Work. Then you start working. I am other than the glass. Yes, I have no doubt. What does it mean? Glass has water in it. It has got a shape. So I have no water in me and I have no shape. Because I am not the glass. Apply the same principle. If I had to play that I am someone other than the body, what will be the first step? We'll start playing. What is which is without shape? Because body has a shape. Then work again and again. What is the nearest thing which is without any shape? Start inquiring. Then we come to discover space has no shape, no form. Okay, we found it. Now let us start playing space. What it is like being space. Be very attentive. When your mind is trying to comprehend the space, presently the mind has taken the shape of the body. Now the same mind is now asked to think about the space. So the mind will slowly, we have to discard the body shape and merge in the total formless space. Now, space being infinite and only one, mind cannot repeat anything. Only finite can be repeated. And if repetition is stopped, mind is dissolved. Morning we get up, event number 1. Go to bathroom, event number 2. Finish bath, event number 3. Take breakfast, event number 4. Mind is functional. Mind is born. Go to sleep, event number 1. Thereafter, no event. Then, second event, number 2. You wake up out of the sleep. And then, time is born. Oh God, how much I was sleeping? 4 hours? Not 4 hours, 4 days. See? That is why our scriptures tell, make absence as the object of knowledge. What absence? Only 2 things. Because these 2 things are the world. Name and the form is the world. So make the absence of the sound as the object. Therefore we told you that listen to silence. And second thing, don't talk to yourself. Talking means repeating the words. One after another word will come, mind will be born. A sequence will be formed. Work on this sincerely, slowly, steadily. Don't give up. Tata, then nirmana moha. Then the mind will, to that extent, no more will be thinking in relation to the body. And therefore, thereafter, all this living in a cocoon, kupa manduka vritti will disappear. Nirmana moha. Now, because of this delusion that I am the body, moha, the delusion overpowers us. Then I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, I am rich, I am poor, I am Indian, I am non-Indian. Everything is born only out of the body identification. And these are the factors which have no value. If I had to go and get my heart operated because of some problem, will I ask the doctor, Doctor Sahab, excuse me, what is your gotra? Are you a Brahmin? Are you Indian? No. See, friends, we have to recognize this. Nirmana moha, then jita sanga dosha. Sanga dosha is what? Anything which will take us away from or pursuit of the truth is to be rejected. Anything. Suppose you are doing any particular sadhana and somebody comes and creates doubt in your mind, run away. Don't try to fight with that person. Jita sanga dosha. Therefore, we have to protect ourselves from the world as well as from ourselves, both the places. Jita sanga dosha. Then adhyatma nitya. Adhyatma nitya, here it has got 2 meanings. Every day we must study Bhagavad Gita as a daily, regular practice. I am using the word regular practice, not a routine. Whenever it becomes routine, we get and suppose one day you are not able to do, your whole day is gone. Frustrated. This principle I learned from one great Mahatma in Vrindavan. He told me, we must respect our sankalpa, but we should not be a slave to them. Suppose you are doing something regularly as a spiritual practice or as a religious practice. One day, knowingly don't do that. Today I am not going to do that. And thereafter, whole day watch your mind. There will be kind of a guilt, a fear. Devotion is not out of fear, it's out of love. See. Therefore, first we study the scriptures on a regular basis. And how to study is not you take a book in the hand and then somehow read here and there and then go to sleep. Many people do for that. This I didn't know. Because I had not done that way. One person from USA came to India, he met me. He said, Swamiji, you are a genius. I said, thank you. I didn't ask, what is there to talk about? See, after listening to you on the YouTube, I have collected many of your MP3s. Then, when I come from work, totally tired and all that, I finish my dinner and then I go to bed and start your MP3 and I don't know when I sleep. That day I discovered people listen to me to go to sleep, not to awaken. Therefore, study scriptures properly, read every day one chapter of Gita. After 18 days are over, again start from the first chapter, number 1. Then write in Sanskrit. Don't write in a jalebi. When I was moving in South India, in a car with my friend, for 1 month, 1 year I moved. Took a car and unplanned. So many places we have gone. So my friend is also a North Indian, Sharma ji and myself, two of us. And he used to ask me, Swamiji, what is the next place and distance? So everything is written in either Telugu or Kannada or whatever it is. I used to do, Jalebi 28. I don't understand that. See, when you are reading Sanskrit, write in Sanskrit, na? Put some efforts. Then, after that, read one verse and study the commentary, close the book, then take a paper and pen in a nice copy, not the backside blank printouts. There are many people, the backside of the printout is clear, we write on that. No, take a nice copy and write that shloka in Sanskrit, and then whatever you understood, in your own words you write down what you understood. Slowly, you will fall in love with Bhagavad Gita. And when you love something, you are never short of time. And you will be inspired to do it. Now, which commentary we should read? I can suggest one commentary from Gita Press, Ram Sukhdasji Maharaj. His commentary is very exhaustive and very authentic, and he has really given a beautiful thing. It's in Hindi, maybe English also available. So in this manner, physically get involved, Adhyatma Nitya, every day. The second meaning is Adhyatma Nitya, watch your mind. Whether the mind is responding or reacting. Reaction of the mind is default settings. Response of the mind is, before we say something, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, in 99% cases, you get an answer. No need to talk. When we thus start working on our mind, Adhyatma Nitya, then what will happen? We'll learn the art of controlling the default settings. We Indians have got default settings. Immediately you start, where are you from, which place, why you are born, how you are born, was it a delivery normal or it was no need. See? So don't get involved in anything. Our mind is most valuable. Adhyatma Nitya. When a person starts working on his mind, then a seeker is born. Parents give us this useless body. Satsanga gives us a seeker's body. This body will die one day. The seeker will never die. See, friends. And who is a seeker? He who has started working on the mind. And who can work on the mind? He who has transcended the body. See? Therefore, nirmana moha, then sanga dosh, we are in the wrong company, mind will be spoiled. Then adhyatma nitya, start working on the mind. Then, what is the working on the mind? Vinivritta kama. Are we living in this world only with one project of fulfilling our desires, or we want to transcend the desires? Fulfillment of desires is not the purpose of our life. And this can be known only if we look within. Have we been able to fulfill all our desires till date? It cannot be. One after another, desires will pop up. The moment you take a cup of tea in the hand, biscuit है क्या? Second desire. कोई दूसरे biscuit नहीं, third desire. No end to it. This is how the mind survives. See, vinivritta kama. So how it can be done? Whatever is there is perfectly all right. Therefore, when we take food, we say that आज का भोजन बहुत अच्छा है. You say right in the beginning. Afterwards, you have no mouth to complain. अरे अब भी तो कहा ना अच्छा है. See, Dvandvair Vimukta, and then the last practice is Dvandvair Vimukta Sukadukka Sajnahi. Be attentive. This can happen only through wisdom. There is no other way. Now, what is the wisdom here? Everything in this world exists only as pairs. Nothing is singular. Everything is a twin. Whatever you take. Joy, sorrows. Gain, loss. Birth, death. Health, disease. Everything is in twins. Nothing is there single. But what is our struggle? I should get only success. Where the failure will go? I should get only happiness. Where the miseries will go? See? थोड़े गम है, थोड़ी खुशियाँ ये जीवन है. Don't imagine. Everything should happen according to our want. We should be able to adjust wherever we go. Otherwise, one of my NRI driver friend in India, we were driving from Bombay to Pune. Olden days, the expressway was not there. And as you all Indians, you know, democracy is not limited only to the human beings in India. It is extended to the all forms of life. So when you suddenly a herd of buffaloes was crossing the road, so we had to stop. He got very annoyed. Because when you drive here the car, you don't have to think. There you have to be alert. Adhyatma Nitya. You just can't take things for granted. And suddenly the buffaloes come, he got angry. Swamiji, why buffaloes are here? I said, you ask them, I am not a buffalo. Why they are here? But why the animals are here? I said, look here, who is driving the car and who has the license? You have the license of driving, you should have the better ability to negotiate. Not the other way around. Buffaloes should walk properly. Then they are not buffaloes. See, friends, dvandvair vimukta sukadukka sanyahi. In life, these things are bound to happen. Do we complain about day and night? Oh God, day has gone, again night has come. Other people, again day has come, night is going. No. We accept and adjust ourselves. Dvandvair vimukta sukadukka sanyahi. Net result of all these five practices is our mind will be at peace, undisturbed under all conditions. Such a person, gachanti amudaha. Such persons are free from the foolishness of wrong notions. And what are the root cause is this. Nirvana moha jita sangha dosha we have not practiced. With the body identification only, the whole thing happens. Therefore, samsara vriksha, the tree of this world, is not anywhere outside, but it is our own gross body. On a good juice, they say gross body. See, friends. Gacchante amudaha tat avyayam padam. Then we are able to experience what is the meaning of realization. See? And you know the best part? This has to happen only once in a lifetime. It need not be repeated. Nay, it cannot be repeated. It's ever the same. Because you have gone beyond the relativity and you have gone beyond the matter. Therefore, it doesn't matter about the matter. It doesn't matter at all. Gachanti mudha padam avyayam tat. Now, what is that reality? The teacher says, Natad bhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yad gatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. We'll see it in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.